Hey YouTube, I'm here making cookies, and got a baby in the background there who's throwing a little fit that she doesn't get any cookie dough, but she'll get over that. So I'm sitting here making these cookies, and I thought, excuse me for a moment. I thought, you know, I've been wanting to talk about pottery, but I don't really know what to talk about, because I have a feeling I'm talking to people who already know pottery quite a bit. I mean, if you're doing a search for it, you probably already are into it, right? Probably not going to speak to the novices. So, I guess I equate it to Ceramics Monthly and Studio Potter magazine. Ceramics Monthly is more, I mean, they're both good magazines. Ceramics Monthly is more the how and shows you contemporary stuff. Studio Potter is more the why. It's got some deeper articles from other potters. I thought it might be fun to talk about more of my own personal thoughts on it. Maybe I guess more the why rather than the how. And it ties into me baking cookies because pottery is a lot like cooking. It basically, in my opinion, is cooking, just with a lot hotter oven. And of course, you're not making things to eat. I'm gonna get what? Salmonella? I don't care. Excuse me. You're not making things to eat, but you're doing similar processes. I don't know if you've ever noticed when you heat, I think butter does it pretty well. When you heat butter or any oil, maybe a teaspoon of oil in a skillet, heat it up real good, and tip the skillet, the oil runs. It looks the same as a wood ash glaze. It gives you a little insight as to what that glaze is doing in the kiln when you see it here on your stove. It ripples and rivulets. You can see the viscosity changes. That's just one example. There's thousands. The more you cook, the better you get at it. The better your instincts are. So you can say, you know what, if I add garlic to this, it'll have this effect. You know, if I want to make a sauce, I can use cream, I can use butter, I can use starch, you can use flour and do like a roll. You learn these techniques. Same thing in pottery. You say, I want this glaze to be harder. You can add alumina or silica. I want this glaze to look real glassy and runny. Well, maybe you can, you know, take away some of those things, or you can add a flux. You deal with temperature control. Certain things happen at certain temperatures. Certain ingredients do certain things. I mean, you know, you could be like a cake. Clay body would have all these different ingredients. The cake. Maybe you add carrots, maybe you add for texture, maybe you add grog for clay texture, maybe you add a leavening agent to make it lighter, maybe you do the same thing, add some filler, maybe you want a real dense cake, so maybe you take out some flour, maybe you want a dense clay body, so you add feldspar to shrink it down. Excuse me, my cookies are done. So I think might be a little underdone. You don't want to overcook these, but I think they could go in for another minute. I think out of all types of cooking, baking is probably the most, what's the word, analogous to pottery. I think it's the type of cooking that applies best. I think it's a good, when I'm explaining to people who don't know pottery, understand the process, especially of firing and glazing. You know, they might be overwhelmed by it. I just compare it to cooking. It's the same. If you can cook, you can produce pottery. If you can produce pottery and you love that, and you've never really tried cooking, you should try it, because you'll probably find that it's the same mental processes. It's similar. It's not identical, but it's similar. While I'm making my cookies, that's what I was reminded of, and I thought I'd share that. I kind of been wanting to give a shout out to DiGiTiLsOuL. It's not related to pottery, but I've been watching his stuff a lot, what he's put out. And I gotta say, he seems like a real nice guy, and he seems to share a lot of the same views as I do, and so it's pretty cool, you know. The other day I was at the park, and I see all these people, and I'm thinking, because I've been sort of addicted a little bit, I've been surfing YouTube a little too much, and I see all these people, and I almost think of them as YouTubers. You know, it's like it's shifted a little bit about the way I see society and the way I see people. You know, because in YouTube, and I suppose it's the same with MySpace and the others, I haven't really gotten involved, but in YouTube you see a little side of somebody, and it's sometimes a personal side, sometimes it's a like they're talking to you like a friend, and then DiGiTiLsOuL has this ability to come across that way. And you know, I kind of was thinking, I saw all these people out there at the park and on the street, and kind of wish it could happen in real life. It's easier for me to talk to this camera and put it out than it is for me to talk in real life to people. So maybe YouTube will break those barriers down. Maybe in time, you know, people will become a little more open. Maybe they'll share, and maybe they'll see in a community that people do think similar things, and maybe they won't be so, I guess, self-conscious or whatever. I don't know. Oh yeah, my cookies. Yeah, that's a little better, if not a little overdone. Stop talking too much. So anyway, DiGiTiLsOuL, thanks for the videos, keep them coming. Him and Boheme are probably the two people I like watching the most, and I know that Boheme's real popular. No more salmonella. It's for good reason. Both you guys have a lot of charisma, and you have a friendly way of speaking, and you say good things. So keep it up. So that's about all I really wanted to say in this. I just wanted to compare cooking and pottery. It's a really good analogy for people who, when you're trying to explain what you do. And I wanted to give those two little shout outs. I find when I comment on, I want to comment on people's video. Like DiGiTiLsOuL just did one on hate and love, and I kind of wanted to share a little story and say a few things, but I didn't feel like it warranted a whole vlog. So I wrote like a 3-paragraph response, but it doesn't let you post that. Only 500 characters, come on. So I'd have to send him a PM or something, but then other people don't get to see it. And I could put it on his main comment page, I think, but I tried that. I'm not sure it worked. And even then, it's not related to the video, so people might not see that too. I kind of think that 500 word limit is sort of lame. It encourages kind of quick and brief, crappy little, hey, good job. It's like when you sign a yearbook and you write, have a great summer. I mean, I guess everybody appreciates comments, and even those are pretty cool. Even a, you know, like he said, leave a little smiley face. But it's nice if you could leave a little more depth if you want. Only they limit you, so maybe that's to keep spammers out. I don't know. So anyway, that's why I didn't comment. And not that they'll probably see this, but Boheme, the reason I don't comment on him is because he's probably swamped. You know, he probably gets, I don't know how many he gets per day, but a lot. And I don't want to be one more thing. I don't want to make it to the point where his comments start to be overwhelming, where it starts to be a chore, you know. So I'll sit back here in the waxworks, and I'll watch and admire and think my own thoughts, and occasionally maybe post a video response. But as for commenting, I don't like to. I might make a little comment where I don't really care if he reads it or not, because you know, I just don't want him to have to feel obligated, you know. I'm not sure I set my timer. Ah, I forgot. Again, there you go. That's a good example of, in pottery, you might forget something. The cone pack might blow up. A la gut. You can look in there, you can see the color, you can see the glaze, you can shine a flashlight in there and see how it reflects off, and you can see where the melt is. You can do a lot by just intuition and experience. Same thing here with cooking. I didn't set my timer. Oh well, you know, what do you do in pottery? You don't lose it. You don't destroy everything. You don't throw your hands up and fail. You know, you adapt. Just like here. I can go over here and look and see. No, they're not even close yet. I still got probably 3 minutes on there. A good estimate, maybe 2. So thanks for listening, and I'll see you again some other time. Bye.